So, thanks for coming out, first of all. This is very cool. We have 400 volunteers on 12 locations today. This is the biggest location because we got good news, bad news for Riley Park. It's a great spot because they have so many spotted lanternfly. That's also bad news, obviously. So, good news, bad news. The other place is just if you're curious, if you didn't notice, 8 Chains North Boise. And we had like 4 locations last year. We have 20 this year, and some are doing it multiple times. So as a lot of you know, April 12th is going to be another event. We actually squeezed in one winery for April 5th, so we're actually doing it 3 weekends. So it's great, and we will have over 1,000 volunteers by the time it's all said and done, which is just crazy. So today we're just going to be walking that way. We actually have access to, if you saw the map, a huge area, but we kind of know from last year where a lot of them are, and they tend to wind up, I can't see one, but I'll show you when we get up there, kind of like patches of trees and shrubs. We're going to walk up behind the bubbles, and that's where there's some great spots to look. We'll start there, and I'll show you what Tree of Heaven looks like. I'll show you what right along the path, I saw some egg sacs. They're everywhere. So it's not quite Easter, but it's like an Easter egg. Oh, somebody said that last year. I stole that. We're going to go till 1 o'clock. We had people last year who just couldn't get enough and they stayed. It's a park. You can do whatever you want. Can I borrow your scraper for a second? So here's the scraper, and some people might have got creative with a pole. I'm not sure. We saw that last year with scrapers on the end of it. But when you see it, you're going to see it. I'm going to show you and give an example. But usually under branch limbs is where they are. They're on the underside. The egg sacs run parallel. And you want to press and push. You don't want to just scrape it off, which isn't bad. As long as it goes to the ground, they're kind of lost their food source at that point, so they're going to die anyway. But if you want to make sure you get them, you kind of push and squish. It'll be nice and wet. It's disgusting, but you got them and you helped the area. Again, we're doing this for the rural economy. We're doing it for the environment. There's a lot of good reasons to do this. And yes, if you find a tree, we can get maybe 10 feet high. They're way up there. This is an awareness campaign. We're not going to get all the spotted lanternfly, but we're going to make a difference, and people are going to be aware when you go home. I talked to someone here. They're going to go check out their yard and see what they have, because you'll know what you're looking for. And one other thing. So we have someone else amidst us, a VIP. Thank you, Russell Perry. Senator Perry is here today, joining us, which is very exciting. Big shout out. She actually submitted a bill in Richmond for $1 million to address the spotted lanternfly issue. So this is near and dear to her heart, I think.
True story. That's true.
So thank you for that. Thank you so much. Do you want to say anything, or?
No, I just want to say thank you all for coming out. I had a town hall this week. I lose track of time, but and there was so many questions from folks about invasive species generally. We passed a bill this session dealing with invasive plants. We're hoping to make more progress on that. So. To try to alleviate some of these issues, the spotted lanternfly carried a budget amendment to try to do some more studying. How do we deal with these things? It's unfortunately killed, but the great news is we have session next year too. So we'll just keep coming back and keep trying to deal with it. And that I'm just thankful to all of you for coming out and putting your time, energy, and effort into it, especially to all the kids. My kids love it too. Squish them, so much fun. But thank you all so much for what you're doing, and thank you, Mike, so much.
Awesome.
My pleasure to be here.
Awesome, and that bill that Senator Perry just referenced is a big deal. It's a signage bill that's going to go to any retailer that sells invasive plants, that they're going to have to put in their premises to notify people that they have invasive plants, they sell invasive plants, here's alternatives, here's why they're bad. And the idea is that, I call it a game changer, because most people don't know about invasive plants. Once they're aware, they stop buying this stuff. And then